Are outlet store products worth the money? Getting branded goods like sneakers, bags, and clothing at a huge discount sounds great. But is it too good to be true? So I took a trip down to IMM, the biggest outlet mall in Singapore. I looked at dozens of products across 10 different brands, and different factors like price, discount, and whether or not it's cheaper than what you can find online. And what I found out was pretty surprising. Most people think that outlet stores sell off-season or flawed products that aren't good enough to be sold at the main store. So it's sent to the outlet store to be sold at a discount instead. This is true for some stores. But during my research, I also found out that there are some stores that sell products that are specifically designed and manufactured just for the outlets. And the products are supposedly lower quality, made with cheaper materials, and never meant to be sold at full price. To find out which stores in IMM were selling off-season main store goods and which ones were selling outlet-only items, I asked the store employees. Based on their responses, I split the 10 stores that I went to into 3 different categories. Let's start with the first category. Nike, Adidas, Converse, and Puma are stores that sell only off-season discounted items from their main store. But not everything at these outlet stores was cheaper than regular retail price. For this and this, the shoes were actually more expensive at the outlet store. On the Converse website, they were cheaper and still available in some sizes. Some of these products weren't in the best condition, and a lot of the products sold were either really colourful or they had some pretty out there designs. But if you're able to find something you like, chances are you're getting a pretty good deal. Most of the shoes were 50% off. As for quality, if the products are sourced directly from the main stores, then you should be getting exactly the same product. The next category is stores that sell a combination of off-season items and outlet-only items. These stores are a little bit trickier to shop at. Off-season items and outlet-only items are not clearly labelled or differentiated from each other. On the surface, they look very similar. There were only a few small clues. At Kate Spade, their outlet items had a spade in their logo hardware, but the off-season items didn't, and they also had different tags. Levi's also had a similar style of tag differentiation, but again, very subtle. You could also ask the store employees, but at some stores, even they struggled to point them out to me. Most of the products sold at these stores were going for huge 30 to 50% discounts, which seems like an amazing deal. But of course, it may not really matter if it's an outlet store product as long as it's high quality. I touched and examined both products, but to my untrained and amateur eye, I wasn't able to tell if there was an obvious difference, like what those news articles had claimed. Now, this last category was the one that I was the most interested in. According to the staff working there, every single thing sold at the Coach outlet store was an outlet-only product. Everything in the store was on a huge discount. This was discounted from $1,000 to $550. This went from $420 to $220. You were saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars on every single item. It almost seems too good to be true. I spent a few hours in that store just walking around, and the question of whether or not these products were good quality was driving me crazy. At some point, I realized that the only way that I could really get an answer is if I bought a bag and asked an expert. So that's exactly what I did. This is the Coach Claire Crossbody in Signature Canvas, and it cost me $423, no exchanges, no refund. It was originally $850, which is a huge 50% discount. I wanted to find someone who knows everything there is to know about luxury bags, and who better than someone who does it for a living? Lynn?
Thanks, Egg! Hi everyone, I'm Lynn, the co-founder of Dr. Bags. Our team service luxury bags on a daily basis. This looked like a good old classic Coach design. The leather is intact, no scratches. The finishing is even, and you still see the glossy sheen that you would usually see whenever you buy a new bag. Just a little bit of pressure mark, but that's just from packing of the bag. Hardware-wise, to be honest, this feels a little light, feels a little bit more hollow. If it's a little lighter, in Singapore's humid weather, sometimes you will rust a little faster and you can't actually restore it back. You might have to change it. So the zipper is smooth, good. Okay, let's take a look at the inside now. Sweet. If you touch it, you feel like you're hitting that base very quickly. Feels a lot thinner. For us, leather restorators, stitching out is very important. There's no undone stitching and it's very even. I think I'm done. It's a good... Oh wait, I saw a stain. I saw a stain. That's a big no-no lah. And now that I'm looking at it, I see a second stain. It feels a little bit like dried glue. The inside as well, I'm pretty sure it's dried glue. So sad. Actually, the usage of glue is seen across all brands. It's just that when I want to buy a new bag, I wouldn't buy a bag with a glue stain. Well, my overall rating would be 7.5. Just now when I was assessing it, I thought it was good quality. It's just that there are minor stains inside. It's something that I wouldn't have noticed if I was at the store. Back to you, Egg.
Okay, not gonna think about how much I spent on this. I know to some people it might not matter if what you're buying is an outlet-only item or an off-season item. If most people can't tell the difference, then no big deal, right? I don't think that outlet store products are necessarily bad, even if they're of lesser quality. But I think the problem comes when people buy something thinking that they're getting the exact same product at a huge discount, when in fact it's a completely different product altogether. For me, I'm not gonna stop shopping at outlet stores, but I am gonna be more careful with my purchases, and I'll try not to let the 50% off sway me too much.